Okay, guys, it's been about 3 days since the news has dropped, but so I'm a little late here. CM Punk has apparently left the WWE, and the reason for the use of the word apparently is because many people, including myself, believe that this could possibly be a work. Now, before I get into why it could be and reasons why it would make sense if it was a work, I don't necessarily believe it's a work. I'm just open-minded to the possibility that it is. So I'm kind of like 50-50 on whether it is or isn't a work. Firstly, CM Punk is a guy who in 2011 threatened to leave the WWE. WWE knows that this was one of their hottest storylines in a long time. And with WrestleMania 30 coming up, why not try and catch lightning in a bottle twice? Why not make Money in the Bank 2 times as good? Because right now this has the people talking. So what CM Punk is really doing here, if it is a work, is he's getting people talking, which is exactly what the WWE always wants. And like the one of the reasons that they threw out there for him leaving was it's because Batista won the Royal Rumble and Batista's going to be a part-timer. He just comes back whenever he wants and wins the Royal Rumble, and CM Punk felt like he deserved to main event WrestleMania. Okay, while that argument would hold up in most cases, here, I'm sure that CM Drunk knew that Batista was going to win the Royal Rumble weeks prior to the Royal Rumble happening. The Royal Rumble winner is something that's predetermined weeks in advance. So it's nothing that CM Punk wouldn't be able to, cope with and deal with within those few weeks and just kind of get over it like he's gotten over every other thing that he's gone through in the WWE. As we all know, CM Punk can be kind of a spotlight whore, even though he tries to make it out that he's not. Sometimes we can all admit by the stuff that he says he kind of is. And there's a lot of us out there that like the spotlight. Maybe not as much as guys like John Cena and Randy Orton, but CM Drunk is kind of a spotlight whore. And basically, what he wants is not necessarily the championship match, and that's one of the reasons why I believe this is. Well, I have a little belief in me that this is a work, and that is because CM Punk, being the spotlight whore that he is, they're trying to make it work for them by saying that he wanted to be in the championship match. Well, he doesn't need to be in the championship match anymore after this because people are going to be talking about his match, him coming back. Everything's going to be about him for WrestleMania 30 if this is a work. So CM Punk's ultimate wish is more than likely to have the match that everyone's going to talk about, not necessarily the championship match. And you think about his feud that he's supposed to have for WrestleMania, his match with Triple H in that big-time authority versus, an anti-authority figure. Think about it. If this was a work, who is it going to piss off the most that CM Punk just left right before WrestleMania season fully kicked into gear? The COO. All this really does, if it is a work, is add fuel to the fire to what the storyline could be. But again, this is just pure speculation. This is just me being open-minded about what this could be. If CM Punk's gone for good, that's also believable. Like, you gotta understand that both sides of this story are believable. And that's what kind of makes this a little bit intriguing, which is what's going to have you tune into Raw, which is what makes me think that it is kind of a work. But again, I'm getting off topic here. It seems a little too real, if you get what I'm saying here, because the WWE is taking away CM Punk signs. They're asking people to stop chanting CM Punk. So I don't know. This whole thing is kind of suspicious, but if this is just pure speculation that I'm going off of, and it turns out that this is for real, again, it would be believable. I wouldn't be shocked either way. Well, I would be kind of shocked if it was a work, even though I kind of believe it is. But if this is for real and CM Punk is taking his ball, going home, and not going to come back officially retiring, then it's been a great career for CM Punk. And again, I don't think anybody would be shocked considering he hates the WWE. He loves wrestling, but he just hates the WWE, and it just kind of sucks that one of the best guys in the company can just leave, and we're still stuck with, like, CM Punk is one of the guys who stood a chance to win the Undisputed Championship, and now that he's gone, we're very limited. I don't know if maybe they're gonna keep Sheamus a face now. They're probably not gonna turn him heel, actually. Now that I really think about it, since they need a top face again, they're more than likely not gonna turn Sheamus heel. They're going to keep him face, which we already know is atrocious. Unless they give Roman Reigns the ball, or they give someone like Big E Langston the ball and have him run with it and see if it works, which, I don't know. The WWE seems like they're really conservative when it comes to giving specific guys pushes sometimes. So I guess we'll see. But if this is the end of CM Punk's career, which I don't know. I mean, again, like I talked about earlier, he knew who was gonna win the Royal Rumble. If this is the whole Batista thing, if this is what it's about, he knew who was gonna win the Royal Rumble weeks in advance. So my thing is why would he wait till after the Rumble to just walk out if seemingly what they're reporting is this came seemingly from out of nowhere, and they didn't want him to leave. Well, why would he wait until after the Royal Rumble to leave then if he knew who was going to win the Rumble? That's the thing. I don't know. That's what's kind of like bugging me about this. This seems like a little bit too real to be believable, and I don't know. This is just me being uh, hopeful that CM Punk doesn't leave, but at the same time, it wouldn't be shocking if he did. So anyway, this is just a quick video saying how CM Punk's leaving could be a work, but I'm not expecting it to be. Anyway, this has been the other guy for the MTOMR review saying yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Good, and bye.
So I want to add my own little video response to what Omar just talked about. While what Omar's saying does make sense, we have to realize that if this was a work, this wouldn't have been news that PW Insider broke. WWE would be milking the hell out of it if it was a work, and TNA wouldn't have been stupid enough to promote the story as if CM Punk would really want to come back to their sinking ship of a company. But then again, TNA is pretty stupid, so I wouldn't put it past them. But to imply that this was a work would imply that WWE is secretly working with the dirt sheets to help promote it. But if that were true, then they'd also be promoting that wrestling is fake, because in those same reports, it also states that WWE plans things ahead of time. I understand that people want to believe that this is a work and don't want to believe that CM Punk is really gone, but there's nothing about this realistically that points to it being a work, other than that, well, it would make a great storyline. Yeah, it would. And I'm sure if CM Punk were to come back, they would turn it into a storyline, for all the same reasons that Omar just pointed out. But it's not a storyline right now. This is something that CM Punk has been talking about for 2 to 3 years, about how much he wants to retire at the age of 35. And he specifically said that he's going to retire at the age of 35 in the past. And with all his frustrations right now, he doesn't want to wait until his contract expires to do that. And while I do agree that it's bullcrap that guys like Batista can just come in and screw things up for everyone else, the way that CM Punk walked out proves exactly why Vince allows guys like Batista to come in and take their spots. This is the reason why we can't get rid of John Cena in the main event, is because of people like CM Punk and like Caitlyn that set a bad example for the rest of the locker room by walking out on the company just because things didn't go their way. While meanwhile, you have superstars and divas like Zack Ryder and Alicia Fox who wish that they could get the same types of opportunities that people like CM Punk take for granted. For me, if anyone has any right to be pissed off right now, it's Daniel Bryan, because Daniel Bryan should have won the Royal Rumble instead of CM Punk. And you know what? I think Daniel Bryan would have been honored to have been in the spot that CM Punk was going to have at WrestleMania. In fact, Daniel Bryan deserved that spot. And yet, what was WWE going to do with him instead? Put him in a meaningless squash match against Sheamus. And CM Punk is the one complaining that he isn't in a main event enough spot? Give me a break. I'm glad that WWE didn't cave into his commands, because He was just going to leave anyway, so why would they want to push him to the moon knowing that he was on his way out anyway? And the unfortunate thing is, on his way out, he probably just did the opposite of what he wanted to do. Instead of sending the message that Vince should stop relying on all these old guys and John Cena, he just sent the message that those are the only people that he can rely on, because if he tries to make another star like he tried with CM Punk, they're just going to walk out on him. Just like CM Punk and just like Caitlyn did when things didn't go the way they wanted them to. This means that Vince McMahon now has another reason to shove John Cena down our throats even more. So thanks a lot, CM Punk.